Hi. Um, well, you know who this is. It's Jill Shepard. I'm sitting here in a hotel room. The Ramada. I actually did make it into the Ramada. It was a little difficult at first, but I made it in. So, had a good time. And now I am getting dressed to go to that PDX Extreme Film Festival in Portland, Oregon, where I'm sitting at right now. Well, yeah. Um, I have a lot of weird things going through my head. It's like, how do I tell you about how I feel about Don Calfa's passing? Because I know that many of you noticed that I didn't really get in touch with that side of my life. It was I respond differently when like a tragedy happens or someone dies. I respond with a I don't know, sometimes it's anger. It's anger because how dare you're leaving me? How dare you're dying? How can you do this? How can you leave your friends? And then I also think, you know, Don had been ill for a long time. And no one you love, no one you love, you want to see them stay ill, you know? So when I first heard of him being very ill, and then realizing he had left his son's house and his wife's house, and he was going back home, and he was going to recover there, recover, the word recover. Don had come to me many years ago. I think we were in Chicago or Atlanta, one of those Days of the Dead. And he had confided in me that there were some issues concerning what I had just recently been through, which was cancer. And he was worried. And I didn't respond well, other than, you know, go see the doctor, go follow whatever they say. And Don's, you know, he says, I don't know if I could do that. And so I thought of that last few nights ago. I thought of all the times of when Don was just being crazy Don, always late to these things. He would always miss the flight because that plane got out of that airport and he had to cross over to that airport. And oh my God, you know, the planes and the scheduling and so on and so forth. And then there was that other Don. The other Don, we were doing Return of the Living Dead, and he had to shave his mustache, and he had to color his hair. And, you know, he was a good looking man. I mean, well, he still is, even as Ernie, but he was, he had to change his look. And it was an interesting metamorphosis for him. And I think it was a really good one because he had to come outside of himself, and he had to like actually look at the character other than, hey, I'm this kind of person that I play this type of part. And he had to create that Ernie Kaltenbrunner character. And we all know he did a great service to us all. He created a fantastic character. And there's a moment in Return of the Living Dead where Freddie and Frank, and you folks know I am really bad at knowing where any of the stuff is in this movie, because you know I don't know any of those lines that you guys all recite to me. But there is this moment that anytime I have seen Return of the Living Dead, I think it's like a perfect actor's moment with all those four characters. And it's the moment of where you watch Don cut his sweatpants, and there's Frank and Freddie like looking at each other. What is he doing? And then there's Bert, watching him so intently, like, what are you doing? Kind of look. But yet it's very, very silent. And from a screen time perspective, he took a lot of time. That was a lot of time to take to prepare that moment. But when he said, okay, and you guys can fill in the line for me because I don't know it, but when he decided he was going to help, from a purely acting moment, it was a brilliant freaking moment. So I look at that and I see genius. I look at Don in so many other private, personal times that we had. He was a good storyteller. He had a lot of stories. Had a lot of stories. I don't like that word, rest in peace. Rest in peace, R.I.P. I don't like it. I don't like all those words where you say congratulations when somebody's getting married, or rest in peace when someone's dead, or prayers to your family. I don't want to hear that. I guess I just want to tell you, Don Calfa, wherever you are, or, well, wherever you are, I love you. You're a good dude. Had some really good times with you. Had some really crazy times, like the two women that rolled you in the hotel room, but, well, that's another story. Love you, Don Calfa.